It's time for baseball on MLB Network from our nation's capital. Welcome inside Nationals Park. Opening night here in this brand new season between the New York Mets and the Washington Nationals. Hello again, everybody. Baseball is back. Welcome to our special opening day broadcast on MLB Network. I'm joined by Dan Plesac. And Dan, as we get things going this season, it's pitching that has to be key if this team's going to have success.
You know, I always think pitching and defense are the keys to success in the long run. So as the season gets started, it's going to be really important for this pitching staff to set a good tone. If they can get off on a good foot, it will do a lot for the confidence of the entire ball club. It's a date that's been circled for weeks, and it's finally here. Opening night on MLB Network, and it's coming up next. Max Scherzer gets the call to pitch here on opening day in front of the hometown crowd. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, man, we're going to get a chance to look at a good veteran pitcher here. This guy's been around the block a few times, but one of the things he does, he still competes at a high level, and he's never stopped trying to learn how to be a good pitcher.
Striding in is Keith Hernandez, and we are set for baseball here this evening. The 1-1. And it's fouled away. Oof, and we are in for some tough conditions tonight. 41 degrees at game time. The next 1-2 pitch. And a defensive swing there. That pitch hit him, I believe. But it won't matter as it'll go into the books as a strikeout for route number 1. Next for the Mets, Brandon Nimmo. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Ooh, he saws him off with that one. On to first, and Scherzer's on a roll now, 2 away. And now a chance to meet the Mets. Nero, give us what you have on this lineup as they start a new series.
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one. Now, this pitcher's feeling the flow right now. 2 outs in the first inning. He's got really nice mechanics working right now and blew that fastball right by him.
Here comes the 1-2. Hits it high and deep out to center field. Racing back the center fielder to the track. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. So it's a solo shot to dead center. First home run of the campaign for him. And the Mets are on the board first, 1-0.
Well, after a long winter and a grueling spring, everyone is anxious to get the season started. But to start it off with a home run, there's no better way to get your campaign underway. He was rounding the bases thinking, hey, this is going to be a good year.
Into the box now, Robinson Cano. 2 balls and a strike. And he can't catch the corner here, so he's behind 3-1.
Well, it's a pretty well-known fact that your batting average goes up as you get into more favorable hitters counts, and that's especially true when we're talking about this kind of hitter. Not a great spot to be in if you're the pitcher.
There's ball 4.
And don't forget, he gave up a long ball earlier in this inning, so you can understand why he wasn't too aggressive with him there. When he got him to 3-1, he wasn't too anxious to challenge him.
Into the box, Michael Conforto. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. Mets draw first blood thanks to this solo home run. Bottom of the first coming up, and the Mets have an early 1-0 lead. The speedy Trey Turner digs in now. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here comes the 1-2. And, he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
Of course the crowd is going to get on him a little bit here, but I find it hard to believe there was any intention there. Bottom of the first, you never want to dig yourself a hole on the mound just to send a message.
Now a throw over to first, back in standing. Into the box, Josh Harrison. And that misses 2-1.
Hey, great job by the offense right here to put a number up on the board and allow this young gun to go out on the mound, relax a little bit, and establish that good fastball.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Starts to go around here, but it doesn't matter. This is strike 2 anyway. A runner at first with no outs here. Now a throw over, and he's back easily. And another throw over, keeping particularly close tabs on him. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Nobody out, runner on first. This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
This would be an absolute terrible start to the inning. After drilling the first guy, you can't allow the second guy to reach base via the wall.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. Now a swing and a softly hit ground ball.
After fouling off the second one, I got to step out of the box, adjust my batting gloves, and tell myself there's no chance he's tripling up on that pitch.
Another payoff pitch. Hit in the air toward the gap in right center. Nimmo in pursuit, base hit, and the Nats are into the hit column for the first time this season. Now it's cut off, a throw to the plate, and not in time as the run scores.
That's just some great base running from the guy at first. The ball had plenty of air under it, but he got a good read, recognizing it wasn't going to be caught, and he hustled all the way around home. That's something that shouldn't go unrecognized in that play.
Standing in now, Vladimir Guerrero. A ball and 2 strikes now. A runner at second, nobody out. And he fouls this one off. Working for the punch out and the offering. Grounded down the third baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. And look out. He has to back away there and then give a little glare out to the mound. It's ball 2.
Boy, that's a good pitch right there. The old school guys would call that a little bit of chin music up and in. See if he can get him to move off the box a little bit.
Full count, 3-2. Now the payoff pitch home. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
So now to the plate, Gary Carter fouled away.
That's a real nice location with that fastball up and in on the hands. Hard to do much with that because a hitter really can't extend his arms very easily.
Protecting with 2 strikes, went out of the zone that time, but he stays alive. Here he comes again, 1-2. Well off the plate with the change of pace. That's ball 2.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
Here now the 2-2. He swung on and missed, strike 3. And with strike 3 recorded there, he's notched his first career major league strikeout.
Well, Matt, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to end up being a solid one. All the best pitchers at this level have at least one pitch that they can go into in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
At the plate, Juan Soto comes with the fastball, but it's outside for ball 4.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news, a single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Striding in now for the Nats, Ryan Zimmerman. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. Hit out towards second. And that's through into right field for a base hit. 1 run is scored. And he's safe.
Hey, one of the things you want to do, Bureau, is strike early, and they've done just that with a big hit driving in too.
Yeah, Dan, great to grab an early lead right there, especially when you can throw up a crooked number for your pitcher.
To the plate now, Starlin Castro. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. 3 runs already home here. Fouled off. And it's fouled away.
Oh, the old classic 2-strike. Let's throw the fastball right down the middle. Not in this game. Gotta believe you gotta work the corners a little bit more. Fastball command is paramount at this level.
And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
In now, Victor Robles. 2-1 to count. Two men are on with 2 men out. And he fouls this one off. Here now the 2-2. is laid off, and the count runs full.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
From the stretch. And that pitch misses for ball 4. So some intrigue now as the bases are loaded here with 2 away.
That's a nice job to work that walk right there. Even if it doesn't lead to anything on the scoreboard this inning, it prevents the pitcher from having to lead off in the next one. Just one of those small things that might go unnoticed, but in the end, make a big difference.
So the bases are loaded here, 2 men gone, and that'll bring up one of the better hitting pitchers in Max Scherzer. Line down the left field line. But a foul ball, and it's full now at 3-2. 2 out, bases loaded. And that misses. Ball 4. A run will come in to score.
Man, when you're trailing, you hate to give up any runs, but walking one in is especially painful. Now the lead is extended, and a base hit could blow the lid right off this thing.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and in the bat is Trey Turner. The 1-1. Well behind that fastball. It's a swinging strike.
Woo-wee. That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
Ready with the 1-2. High in the air down the right field line. Conforto is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. So 4 score in the inning, but it could have been much, much worse as they wind up leaving the bases loaded. Second inning upcoming from our nation's capital. It's the Nationals 4 and the Mets 1. Second inning set to go, and digging in is the outfielder, Dominic Smith.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
The 2-1. Doesn't catch the outside corner. It's a ball.
He walked a guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
Swing, and he puts a charge into this one. High and deep, and you can't forget about it. This ball is gone. A solo shot down the line in right. First home run of the campaign for him, and the Mets draw closer here. It's now a 4-2 ball game.
Well, his first home run of the season is a memorable one. As we take a look at it here, you can see that it was 50-50 if it was going to stay fair. But somehow he wills it just enough until clink, it hits off the foul pole for a homer.
Into the box, Jeff McNeil. And this one runs a little too far in, ball 2.
He's a veteran out on that mound. He understands he has to establish that inside fastball to open up the outer half of the plate.
Now the 2-1. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And foul. The 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full. Francisco Lindor, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. The 3-2 pitch. Hard hit ball to second, gloved by Castro. On to first, so a good bounce back pitch there as he gets the ground ball for the first out.
Time for a look at the curly W on D. And the spotlight is going to shine down today for me on Victor Robles. This guy, we've been hearing his name, one of the elite prospects in baseball for multiple years. And now he's getting a chance to put it all on display for the world to see. One of the slickest defenders in the game can go gap to gap with ease.
Into the box now, Francisco Lindor. Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Oh, and you can tell he wanted to hold off, but he swings through the inside pitch anyway, and he becomes out number 2.
Really good pitch right there. So you're moving the ball all around the strike zone, and then what do? You come in. That's a hard pitch for any hitter to do anything with. Just really makes it difficult to get that bat head out.
At the plate now, Johan Santana. Lifted down the line in left. Left fielder is on the move. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Mets do get one back, though, on the solo home run. On to the bottom of inning number 2. It's the Nationals 4 and the Mets 2. Last half of the second set to go, and set to go is the third baseman, Josh Harrison. And the payoff pitch. And he gives this a pretty good ride that time, but that's going to be up amongst the crowd, a foul ball. The next 3-2. Fouled away. Down the left field line and deep. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Fouled off.
Hey, usually the second time through the order, you start seeing an incorporation of some more off-speed stuff. But this guy's locating and feeling really good about his fastball. 2 back-to-back.
On pitch number 10 is the one that finally does it as he strikes out after a long battle here.
Now batting, right fielder.
Now it'll be Vladimir Guerrero. No official at-bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
Here now the 2-2. One out, nobody on. Ball 3. 3-2 now. Gary Carter waits on deck. Holds off on the slider, and that's a good idea as it's ball 4.
Well, the reason power hitters generally draw more walks than other guys is exactly what we saw right there. Pitchers work around them and nibble the corners a lot more so they don't get burned. He made some good pitches, but he just couldn't get him to chase enough out of the zone.
And now for Washington, Gary Carter struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
Runners on first with 1 down. And he misses again, ball 4, and his control is really letting him down now. Well, Dan, do you agree with the timing of the visit from the pitching coach?
You know, that's sort of a tough one since it's only the second inning, but I think it's about knowing your pitcher and how they respond. He's had some struggles here, so I think he's just reminding him to let those go and focus on the next batter.
Next to stand in is Juan Soto. Worked a walk his first time up. still 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
First and second now, 1 man out. And that's low, so a good eye there as he works the count back full. Due next, there's Ryan Zimmerman. 3-2 pitch is a called strike 3 on the corner.
Well, no preferential treatment there. Sometimes we see great hitters have their calls go their way on close pitches, but not this time. I think that was actually a good take, but on 2 strikes, anything that close can go either way.
So now to the plate, Ryan Zimmerman. And he comes back with a fastball, 1-2 now. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Has a look, now the pitch. And he lays off, so it's full now, 3-2. Starlin Castro would be next. Coming up now on 30 pitches in the inning. Now a bouncing ball for the shortstop, Lindor. Throw on to first is going to get him, and the Nationals blow an opportunity here, and that ends the inning. Couple of walks in the inning, but nothing on the scoreboard. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Now back to the top of the Mets order, digging in, Keith Hernandez. Struck out in his first at-bat. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes.
I got to count 2-2.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at-bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
Now the payoff pitch home. A bouncer to the left side. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
The center fielder, number 10, Brandon Nimmo.
So bases are empty with 1 gone, and ready to bat next, the Wyoming native Brandon Nimmo. Now the 1-1 pitch. Misses off the plate.
Off the plate. Ball 2.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
A 3-1 count, tying run on deck. Good spot to be a hitter right now. You have to look for something middle in.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes.
We got 3 balls and 2 strikes.
High in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Robles comes on now and makes the catch in shallow center for round number 2.
Up next for the Mets, the catcher, Joe Torre.
Stepping in next, Joe Torre, off to a fine start in this one after launching a homer his first time up. Two balls, 2 strikes to Joe Torre. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. Mets go down 1-2-3. They trail it here 4-2. And back in our nation's capital, before we get too much further on the field, let's check in with Heidi.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said he's really proud of the 6 walks they've earned so far. And while a lot of that falls on the opposing pitching, he appreciates his hitters' willingness to take what's being given to them. Sometimes that can be easier said than done, though.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Bottom of the 3rd now, and that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Starlin Castro. The 1-1. Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Looking to punch him out again. The pitch. Pitch taken several inches below the zone, in fact. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Smoke toward the hole. And a reach, but it's by him as he couldn't quite get to that ball.
Boy, this has the makings of being a rough day at the office, D-Row. A hit already here in the 3rd inning, and he's already allowed a few runs. He's right back in trouble again.
Yeah, heavy traffic alert, Dan, no doubt about it. That's what you want to do. You want to put the pitcher on the defensive, and early going, the first 2 innings, they were able to do that. Nothing has changed here to start the 3rd.
Ball taken there. 2-1 now. From the stretch.
Count is 3-1.
And here he is in the 3rd inning. Trouble again. He's just not able to find that comfort zone out there.
Third inning here. Already 4-2 our score. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full. 3-2.
Whew, that was some gas. Triple digits on the radar gun.
And he misses again, as the command is definitely letting him down now. It's ball 4.
Always tough to issue a free pass, but especially troublesome when you give up a single right before that to start the inning. We'll see if he can figure out a way to wiggle out of this.
Into the box now, the Nationals pitcher, Max Scherzer. A fairly clear sacrifice situation here with 2 on and nobody out. None out, runners at first and second. And he just misses inside with the fastball there.
Pretty good pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate. One of the things you want to do as a pitcher, try to stand those hitters up.
On the ground to short. This could be 2. To second for 1. On to first. So they let the pitcher swing away here, and it turns into a double play.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Trey Turner.
So the Nats lineup turns over, and to the plate, Trey Turner. He flew out in his last AB. Men on third with 2 down. And he misses again. Ball 4, and his control is really letting him down now.
And this is the kind of thing that's been happening to him all season long. He'll cruise for a while, hitting his spots, and all of a sudden the wheels come off and he struggles. We'll see if he can recover here.
Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
Hey, don't kid yourself. I know those were 2 bad swings, but he hits middle of the order for a reason. It only takes 1 swing.
Here comes the 1-2. Is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. Nats leave a pair as they can't add to their 4-2 lead. Start of the fourth upcoming, but first, Heidi Watney standing by with a report.
Matt, during the break, I caught up with the Mets manager to discuss his thoughts on his club's offense so far, and flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. It's still pretty early in the game, but they've seen a lot of pitches already, and he thinks the 2 runs they've pushed across so far is just the beginning, given the quality of the at-bats they're putting together.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. All set for the start of the fourth, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Robinson Cano. And it's 1-2.
The count is 1-2.
Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. And the pitch.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a good job right there. You very rarely see pitchers double up where they go a pitch inside. Normally, they'll go back outside, but he followed that up with another pitch on the inside part of the plate.
The 3-2 pitch. Count remains full. The next 3-2. And he lays off there, ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here to begin stanza number 4.
I know one thing. He earned that free pass right there. He was tempted with some really good pitches, but he stayed disciplined and drew the walk.
Next up from New York, Michael Conforto. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, and kind of shocked he got blown away with a fastball. You could tell he was late on that one. And we'll see if he tries to cheat to something this AB.
Full count now, 3-2.
Hey, there was great arm action on that 3-1 changeup right here. He's got this guy thinking. That's the beauty right now. We go to a full count. Do you sit changeup or do you stay with the heater?
Here's the payoff pitch. On its tailor-made to short. 6, 4, 3, and they turn the double play.
Made him throw a lot of pitches in that at-bat, but he'll take the double play as a trade-off for sure.
Stepping up is Dominic Smith, and he blasted a homer in his first at-bat.
Well, Matty, we know he's got the timing on the fastball locked in. That's what he got a hold of on that home run in the previous at-bat.
And it's belted high and deep into right center. Center fielder going back. Still going back. Gone! Solo shot to right center. His second of the game as it's trimmed to a 4-3 game now.
And he was already off to a great start with a home run on opening day. But then he goes and hits another one. Everyone knows he was putting in great work in spring training, and it looks like that hard work has paid off. What a way to get your season started.
Standing in now, Jeff McNeil. He stays alive, still 2-2. Both clubs with 3 hits in the ballgame. Drilled right back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dad. Sent it back right where it came from.
At the plate, Francisco Lindor. And an off-speed pitch swung on and missed, and with that, the side is retired. The Mets do pick up a run on this solo shot. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It's the Nationals 4 and the Mets 3. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And stepping up, the right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero. Easy fly ball into shallow center field. Cano onto the grass, and he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
Boy, he showed some pretty good range, heading pretty deep into the outfield to bring that one down. Thought the outfielder might call him off, but he clearly had it under control.
To the plate now, Gary Carter. And it's fouled away. 4 runs, only 3 hits, and no errors so far for the Nationals. And that misses there, so he runs the count full now.
Keep in mind, people, the longer the at-bat, the higher the likelihood that this becomes his last inning.
Now the 3-2 pitch. Is swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
The left fielder, number 22.
Juan Soto to the plate now.
Soto.
Runs coming fast and furious here. 4-3 our score as we play the fourth. A ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, you think back to the early innings right there. You thought this guy would have been hitting his showers. A credit to him. He's been able to regroup, find his mechanics, and find a way to stay in this game.
The 1-2 is looked at for ball number 2.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far.
We'll have to press pause as that strike 3 to retire the side. Nationals gone in order, but they hold on to a 4-3 lead. J.D. Davis will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 28, J.D. Davis.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Again, he sends it out of play. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the 5th the same way he ended the 4th with a punch out, 1 away.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean, that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
In now, Keith Hernandez. And now a fastball, but he's able to hold off on it, and it's 2-1 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Fastball just inside. Brandon Nimmo is on deck. 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors on the Mets line score so far. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. And the payoff pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the 2nd time here tonight.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
The center fielder, Brandon Nimmo.
Into the box now, Brandon Nimmo. And he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now. We're in the 5th inning of a 4-3 ball game here. And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Now the payoff pitch home. He swung on and missed. He got him on strikes. Down in order go the Mets. Still down a run. It's 4-3. Carlos Carrasco is out from the bullpen as he'll get his first work of the season here on opening night.
Carlos Carrasco.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and set to go is the veteran first baseman, Ryan Zimmerman. The 1-1.
Nope, that's the ball. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Boy, he just threw that fastball by him. And this is swung on and missed by Zimmerman as he set down on strikes for the first out of the inning. Final line there for the Mets starting pitcher. Not the opening day he wanted to have, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was really frustrated and out of rhythm in this one. Unfortunately, I'm sure he's frustrated right now, and he will be for a while. But the good news is that the guys are still in the game. The offense is picking him up.
And he fouls this one off. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Smith is under this one, and there's the second out of the inning.
Center fielder number 60, Victor Robles.
Next, it'll be Victor Robles. It was a walk in his last trip. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Making him sweat out there. The 7th pitch coming up. Smoked on the ground up the middle, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
Dan, how hard is it to massage your way through such a deep lineup? I mean, even the 8, 9-hole hitters are solid big league players.
You know, Mark, these days you're not seeing a lot of defensive specialists in the infield or outfield. If you're in that starting lineup these days, there's a pretty good job you can swing the bat.
So now to the plate, Max Scherzer. Just lucky to make contact on that one as it's chopped foul. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fouled away. He'll try again, 1-2. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Cano has got it, and the side is retired. Nationals leave one, but they hang on to a 1-run lead, 4-3. Ryan Harper is out from the bullpen as he'll get his first work of the season here on opening night.
Number 33, Ryan Harper.
Joe Torre will stand in again, but first we'll flash you back to the very first inning of the ballgame. And here you go, a solo home run that had him off and running early on. The 1-1 home. Now a ball lifted high in the air towards shallow right center field. There to play it is Castro, and he's got it for the first down.
The batter, number 24, second baseman, Robinson Cano.
And next will be the Mets cleanup hitter, Robinson Cano. A couple of walks for him thus far. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Skied into very shallow right. And this will be an easy chance for Vlad, and that's out number 2.
Now batting, right fielder, Michael Conforto.
And now in the box, Michael Conforto. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. The 3-2 pitch. And he takes a good swing at that one as this is sent down the line in right, but ultimately into the crowd, a foul ball. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Turner fields it cleanly. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. Mets go down 1-2-3. Score holds at 4-3. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and that'll bring up one of the fastest players in all the land, Trey Turner. Hit well on the ground to first. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
The third baseman, number 5, Josh Harrison.
Next to hit, Josh Harrison. He struck out swinging in his last trip to the plate. 4-3 our score here as we play inning number 6. A ball and 2 strikes now.
1 ball, 2
Looks like
strikes
a
now.
left-hander has begun to get loose out in that Mets bullpen. Here comes the 1-2. Chopped in front of home plate. On to first, and there are 2 down.
Now batting, right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
So stepping in is Vladimir Guerrero. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch.
Ball, that's out.
Gary Carter would be next if they can keep this inning alive. And he takes ball 4 again, and they clearly just don't want any part of him in this one.
Well, he walked him on 5 pitches, but that last
number
pitch
8,
was really
Gary
good. He missed down, but
Carter.
only by a hair. When a hitter has a 3-1 count, he can wait until he gets a pitch he loves.
So it's a runner at first with 2 men out, and up next will be the Hall of Famer catcher Gary Carter. Two out with a man at first. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. 1 left for Washington, and it remains a 4-3 game. Smith stands in looking for home run number 3 right here as you see what he's done so far in this one. The 2-1. High in the air out to center field. Long run for the center fielder. He gets there and makes the play for the first out.
The batter, number 6.
So now here is Jeff McNeil. One and one, here it is. Tough curveball that time, but he's able to make a little contact to keep this at-bat going.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there that he's picking up spin on this pitcher's off-speed stuff. Maybe expect a fastball on this next one.
Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone. And that'll bring in the switch-hitting Francisco Lindor. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, but it was a good changeup, Matty. Good arm action on that pitch. Look for him to try and stay back a little bit more. Let the ball get a little deeper. Don't be shocked if this pitcher tries to rush a heater right here.
2 balls and a strike to count. The 2-1 home. Takes a pass and misses. That's strike 2. We're in the 7th inning now of a 4-3 ball game. Rounded slowly to the left side. Turner has it. Oh, and it sailed right over his head at first. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word.
Man, this throw is nowhere close. As we take a look at it, you can see it sail high and down the right field line of the bag. Not sure he rushed the throw or he just lost the grip as it left his hand, but he's not going to be happy with himself about that throw.
Pete Alonso come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 20, Pete Alonso.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. Count is 1-2 now. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. In the dirt here, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. 2-2. Here it is. Outside and a full count, 3-2.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Had to wait back on the changeup, and he did a good job just to make contact. 2 out here and a runner at second. Here's a swing and a line drive, and he may have just tied the ball game. That's down for extra bases. He pulls into second safely as this game is tied late with a run scoring away from the play.
You know, D-Row, in today's game, it's not easy scoring in the late innings, so that RBI base hit to tie things up, that comes at a really good time.
Yeah, I say it's not easy. They got 11 guys in the bullpen. I don't think a guy throws under 97 miles an hour with sink and cut. That is unbelievable he's able to get that knock in that big spot.
One and two. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Ready with the 1-2. Changeup laid off down around the shins.
Hey, they tried to tie him up on that last pitch, so I like that they went away with this one. The execution didn't work, but I like the idea behind it.
And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Zimmerman is there to make the catch, and his side is retired. Frustration boiling over with an opportunity missed. Don't touch that remote. More on MLB Network right after this. Trevor May will take over on the mound to start the bottom of the seventh.
Number 65, Trevor May.
Bottom of the inning now, and next it'll be the outfielder, Juan Soto. And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Good slider there. Gets a swing and miss.
Hey, that was a nasty pitch right there. Ton of rotation on that ball. You could almost see the red dot from up here. Nasty depth.
And that's going to be a base hit. So the possible go-ahead run is on here to start the home half of the seventh.
That's what we refer to in the biz as a hanger right there. He's lucky he's getting this baseball back.
Zimmerman.
Into the box, Ryan Zimmerman. Right side, hit hard. And that's in for a base hit. He's 2 for 4 now. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead run's in scoring position now with still nobody out.
These guys are in perfect position to break through right here and to take the lead. There is without question nothing tougher than back-to-back singles. You don't know if they're going to bunt. You don't know. They can do so. They have so many options at their disposal right now.
At the plate, Starlin Castro. The count now at 2-1. Hit softly down the line at first. And he indeed takes only the out at first as the runners move to second and third with one away now.
Center fielder, number 16, Victor Robles.
And stepping in, Victor Robles. Lifetime versus this arm. Not a big sample size, 0 for 1. All knotted up, 4-4 the score here in the seventh. And now the runner breaks for the plate. Oh, and the bunt attempt is missed here. And forget about it now as he is hung out to dry here, and they tag him out on the busted squeeze play. Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Clearly fired up to work out of that jam. It's back to the nation's capital after this. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Daniel Hudson will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Carter Kieboom is into the ball game as well, as he'll slide into the pitcher's spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch. Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Brandon Nimmo. And a change up here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. And this misses, and Hudson goes to a full count now. It's 3-2. Payoff pitch home. A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. But that'll be off the wall in right center. And your go-ahead run is in at second base here with a leadoff double.
Wow, he was willing that thing to get out of here. Would have given them the lead right here late in the game, but it ends up hitting off the wall, and he heads into second with an extra base hit. We'll see if the next man up can come through in the clutch here.
To the plate now, Joe Torre. And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. The 2-2. Fastball is outside, and it's full now, 3-2. And he misses there for ball 4. So runners are at first and second now with nobody out.
Well, that was a slider in a 3-2 count, and it just didn't tempt him enough to get a good swing. Good job of pitch recognition and knowing the strike zone to draw the free pass there.
Next will be the cleanup hitter. Robinson Cano flew out last time up. Here's the 1-1.
Inside, ball 1.
Both teams with 6 hits so far. And a breaking ball runs in and gets him, and I doubt there is any intent behind that.
Man, that's going to drive the manager insane. He loses control of his release point, and now the go-ahead run moves 90 feet closer to scoring. He's going to have to make some good pitches now to get out of this.
Stepping in now, Michael Conforto. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Full count still.
The offensive approach here is simple. You know the pitcher's going for the K, so set your sights middle of the plate. And then don't worry about the infielders. They're so close, hard contact is a guaranteed ribby.
Fouled off. Oh, and he misses for ball 4, and he's forced in the go-ahead run.
And it's times like these that a pitcher feels awfully lonely. I can see why he didn't want to be too aggressive. Last thing he wants to do is give up a grand slam to a dangerous hitter, but walking in a run is painful too, and here he is again still with the bases loaded.
So a big spot here, bases loaded, nobody out, and that'll bring up the left-handed bat of Dominic Smith. Fastball, close, but he didn't get it. 2-1.
I got 2-1 the count.
It often becomes harder to hit the zone when the pressure starts to heat up.
The 2-1. Hit on the ground toward the left. And he will deliver one of the biggest at-bats of the night. It's a base hit. And a big RBI there as the run scores to make this a 2-run game now.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo, tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Wander Suero is summoned in the toughest situation a reliever can face. Bases loaded, nobody out. Standing in now, Jeff McNeil. Hit hard on the ground at first. And a diving effort there, but it'll come up empty. It's a base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
Now back.
Hey, Dero, that's a big RBI right there to stretch this lead to 3. Takes a lot of pressure off your pitcher going into the bottom part of the inning.
Yeah, Dan, no doubt. As an offense, all you're trying to do is put your pitchers in positions to be successful. Giving them that 3-run cushion has to make you feel good.
And they'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now. Now the Nats are going to get a left-hander up and throwing in the bullpen. Tight spot, bases loaded, nobody out. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Francisco Lindor. On the ground to third. Harrison has it. They get the force at the plate. On to Zimmerman, and they get them both.
Now back. The pitcher.
Kevin Pillar will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 11. Kevin Pillar.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. Two and 1 the count to Pillar.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a cut fastball, but this bounces near the plate for a ball.
Well, he really needs to make this guy swing the bat right here. He's not the type of hitter you want to dance around with.
And it's fouled away. Ready now, the payoff pitch. And he lays off ball 4, so he comes right off the bench and works the walk. Usually easier said than done.
Oh, that's a walk that could really change the complexion of the game. With the bases loaded, if he gives up a base hit right here, it could get real ugly.
So now into the box is Keith Hernandez, looking to change his fortunes here. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts so far in the game. Goes and chops this one out towards second. Throw on to first, and an important pitch there as they get out of the inning before things explode. So they do get 3 that inning. That's the good news. The bad news is they leave 3 men on base. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. The Mets lead this one 7-4. Edwin Diaz is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 39, Edwin.
Carter Kieboom digs in now, and he's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Here comes the 1-2.
I got the count 2-2.
Man, this at bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2. A good job of plate discipline by this hitter, not chasing those pitches just off the plate.
Now here it comes. Here's a little chopper up the middle, reined in. And that's out number 1.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Trey Turner.
Here now is Trey Turner. The 1-1.
Too high.
Got to find a way to scratch at least 1 across. You do not want to take on the monster closing the game down 3.
Now the 2-1 is is laid off of for ball number 3. Josh Harrison is on deck. The 3-1. And he fouls this one off. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Now a line drive that's going to be caught out there at short. And they are wearing him out down there. 2 away now.
The third baseman, number 5, Josh Harrison.
Josh Harrison stands in. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
The 2-1 is taken for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a crucial count for both pitcher and hitter. So, Dan, what was your approach on the mound in that count? Do you still pitch for the strikeout here?
Action pitch right here, 2-2. The last thing you want to do is to fall behind the count 3-2.
Pitch on the way.
Count is 3-2.
You know, you don't always have to straight challenge a guy on a 3-2 count. With the 3-run lead, no one on base, this is the perfect situation to do it. No reason to nibble and possibly set up a big inning.
Now the payoff pitch home. Timing just a tick off there as this one's fouled off to the right. Hit down the line at first. Making him work out there. The 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up. And this is taken low for ball 4, and they'll have themselves a 2-out base runner here after all.
The batter, the right fielder,
so it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And set to stand in the legendary free swinger Vladimir Guerrero. Fastball called strike. 1-2.
One of the best ways to keep a guy uncomfortable is to pound him inside. They're doing that, and this one caught the zone.
Not close with that one. It's way above the strike zone. Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
Good running count right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner on first. He'll be off to the races on this pitch.
Into the corner and slicing foul. Three-two pitch. This one's flared off to the right side, and that's in there. Base hit. And they won't even attempt to run on that arm and right. So despite the runner moving on the pitch, it will wind up first and second here.
How frustrating is that, Dan? He tries to bury something in with 2 strikes, and this guy's able to put bat on baseball and find a way to hit a soft liner to the opposite field.
You know, sometimes you have to tip your cap. That inside-out swing as a pitcher, you think you've thrown a good pitch, but sometimes as a hitter, they put a good swing on it and still ends up for a base hit.
John Franco is out from the bullpen as he'll get his first work of the season here on opening night. And the Hall of Fame catcher Gary Carter hits next. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
Fouled away. Another 1-2 delivery. Grounded back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And the run will score from second as it's back to just a 2-run ball game now.
Yeah, one a day keeps the doctor away, Dan, especially when it's a big one late in the game. It doesn't matter at all. You're just trying to get one knock a day, find a couple barrels. He happened to catch his late.
Boy, I tell you what, you're talking about coming at a good time, too. You're having kind of a rough night last AB. You end up being able to do something positive, not only for yourself, but also helping the team out, too.
And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
Wow, you know he's not happy with that call. When it crossed the plate, it sure looked like a strike to me. Seemed to catch a ton of the plate. That's a tough way to give up a walk, but he's got to put it behind him now.
In now, Brian Zimmerman. A ball and 2 strikes. A couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Big spot. 2 out, possible tying and go-ahead runs on base. And, oh, look out, as that pitch ran in and got him. And that's going to force in a run.
Well, when you hear people talk about the unwritten rules of baseball, I think we just saw a perfect example of that. You hit one of mine, and I'm going to hit one of yours. Always been that way and probably always will be, even though they've tried to crack down on that kind of stuff recently.
Yan Gomes will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Getting chase is Nimmo. He makes the catch. What a play on the run to end the inning. So they wind up with 2 in the inning, but it could have been a lot worse as they leave the bases loaded. 9th inning coming up. It's the Mets 7 and the Nats 6. Luis Avilan enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th.
Luis Avilan.
All set to start the 9th in this one. And next to bat will be the outfielder, Brandon Nimmo. The 1-1 home.
That's ball 2.
And think about it. In game 1 of this series, they've already had to go deep into their bullpen. This could affect them for the rest of the weekend if they don't get really good starting pitching.
All even now, 2-2. The pitch. Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. The 3-2 pitch. Popped him up. Harrison might try to make a play on it, and this is going to be a foul ball.
Hey, that's just a great mix of pitches right there, and that's what this guy's going to do if he's going to keep this team off balance.
And a swing and a miss on the fastball, and there's the first out here in the 9th.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You can just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
So now to the plate, Joe Torre. Fastball laid off well below the knees. Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. 1-run game here in the top of the 9th. Line to the right side. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Now that second baseman, Robinson.
At the plate now, Robinson Cano. This is on the ground over to first. The second for 1. Onto the pitcher covering, and it's in time. A double play, and the inning is over. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. Nothing further in the ninth for the Mets. One last shot coming up for the Nats. They'll need one to tie. It's a 7-6 ball game. Seth Lugo enters the game to finish this one off here in the bottom of the ninth.
Number 67, Seth Lugo.
Victor Robles digging in now. Past matchups against Seth Lugo. A number of meetings. He's 1 for 7. A ball and 2 strikes now.
1 ball, 2 strikes now.
Fouled off. And it's fouled away. Now another 1-2. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. 1 away.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
To the plate now, Carter Kieboom. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball.
It'd be great right here if he was able to work himself on base. You got the leadoff hitter on deck, and you know the middle of the order's coming up right behind him.
And it's another K. So back-to-back strikeout victims to start this relief outing.
Well, you have to feel pretty confident about the way this one's going to end up as a manager. 2 hitters, 2 strikeouts from the closer. There's not a whole lot more he can do to instill confidence that he's going to wrap this thing up without any problem.
Last strike now for the Nats. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
A tight one, 7-6, the final score tonight. New York crossed the plate 3 times in the 8th, helping propel them to the win. Trevor May claims the win out of the pen, his first. Seth Lugo strikes out the side to record the save, his first of the year. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and Heidi Watney on the field, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB Network. Have a good night, everybody.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious New York Mets. 7 runs on 9 hits. No errors. They left 7 men on base. For the Nationals, 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 13 runners left on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 43 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Nationals Park, 41,339. The Nationals thank you for your attendance and remind you to please drive home safely.
you.